be a short live. To be honest, I was actually journaling and I was using the cards to help me kind of make a couple choices, determine what is going on with me. And then I decided with the cards that I pulled, I'm going to do like a short message. And it's because the basis of the message for me, or what I was trying to configure anyway, like every question I had for spirit in terms of should I do this, should I work with this person, da 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 da, it was all kind of encouraging me to notice my own value and my own worth within what I'm doing, because I don't think I was doing that. I think I was just looking at everybody else and what they got going on and how I could compliment them, but I wasn't looking at if they compliment me. And obviously that's very important to do. So the first card that came out today was action. And so it says, my divine action incites love and harmony. I'm aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart. My desire to manifest light transforms tests. Ooh. My desire to manifest light transforms tests into growth, challenge into opportunity, and fear into love. And it is very much that thing of like, until you do it, you won't know. So, but I can get into my head about, but I don't want to make the same mistake that I did last time, which is why it's very important that I slow down and be aware of what I'm choosing in each moment. And if I notice something that makes me feel like before, like being able to speak up about it. And that was the other side of action to me, in terms of, yeah, getting the stuff done, but also making sure that if anything is wrong in any particular moment, if I have a question about something, if something doesn't feel right to me, just ask and don't accuse, but just not intuitively, inquisitively, as in I'm only asking to find out and get clarity, not to say that you're this and you're that, because that's where people often take it to. Then that's a form of action as well, and also a form of protection, so that I am aware, because I don't expect you to give me your life story and how many days, how many weeks we're working together, but at least give me the transparency to understand what I'm getting involved in. So that was the action card. I've kind of mixed up the order of these, so I'm gonna go top, bottom, cool. The next card says, and these are all from the Healing Energy Oracle. So it says, open to the universe. I'm discovering my worth and my abilities. I have confidence in my value and my potential. I reclaim my inner power. I accept and love myself completely. Thus, I am open to the divine light of the universe. And this to me was about opening up to the possibilities now where I am without anyone attached to me, like detaching from everything, being able to notice what value I do bring, and trusting that those things are going to be the things to take care of me. And so it is just that thing of like, when we focus on something, we look at it like individually. But if we look at everything in the interconnectedness of all, and we can connect, okay, well, I haven't been in this situation before, but I've been through this before, and it helped me to grow in this way. And so I now have this skill that I can apply, or this piece of wisdom here, and things like that. And that's how we open up to, oh, I didn't see that opportunity, or I didn't see this thing as an opportunity before. Are you doing magic card shit too? Something like that, but I wouldn't call it that. Cool. What I'm actually doing is just finding motivation for myself and using the cards to give me those messages. There are other ways in which you can receive divine guidance, and everyone has their own way, or ways that they prefer. So you want to mind if you're being disrespectful. But anyway, back to the cards. The next card that came out says faith. And so it says, I am confident that I will achieve my goals. I live in the present and have faith in the future. I firmly believe in my value within the universe. And it is that thing I was talking about in terms of the seed. They always say that you should have a mustard seed of faith, as in you don't need a lot to keep you going. And so when you're looking at whatever situation you're in, where can you find faith? How can you be faithful within yourself in terms of I know that if I keep on showing up and doing this thing, then I know that I'm gonna get that. And I know that I'm gonna get through it, and that is the faith that kind of continues to push you to take action. The next card says creation. So it says, I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. And the reason why I really like this card is because I was realizing that, like, with my binge eating and my smoking and the things that I used to do before like 2 days ago, yesterday, whatever, cool. Whenever, like, slowing down and be able to notice how my mind gets into that space of panic where I am resulting to these things, it's because I'm dealing with things that I don't want to, or I feel like I'm doing things that I don't want to. And so me acting out of my divine right or being a god in my own life is saying, if I don't like this, then I don't need to have this around me. I'm ignoring you. I don't have faith in the cards. I have faith in myself, and the cards reflect that to me. You should probably look in the mirror for a little bit, but yeah. It is very much that thing of, a lot of us pride ourselves on being able to handle things that we don't really want, and we look at it as strength. Or I did that for a really long time until I realized that's actually weak. I'm actually just letting people, things, places throw things at me that I don't want, when I should be able to say no. I'm in the UK. Cool. The next card says vitality. It says, I am a being of light. I accept the divine energy in my body, and every one of my cells regenerates. And today was the first time I actually sat down and did like a 20-minute chakra meditation in a very long time. And as I do that, as I focus on each of the chakras, I try and, like, it's dark currently because of the space that I'm coming out of. And so I try and envision the color going into each part of me and revitalizing myself, reawakening the cells within that part of my body to get them moving and going. So I like this card about vitality a lot. The next card says joy, and it says, like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. Even the smallest joy is a great source of light. And that is the thing that I think is very important, that we're able to embody or create for ourselves. I'm 26 years old currently. I'm half like answering the questions and also answering this. Someone asked me if I am a god. I am a goddess, so thanks. Anyway, like a child, I discovered the joy in the simplicity. And so I think because I'm more paying attention to if I feel joyful, I'm more like likely to alchemize each present moment. So when I'm in the gym and I'm on the treadmill and there's 1 minute left and I'm out of breath, but I need to run this last minute, I'm making that moment a moment of joy for me. And it's just transforming the experience overall so that I can be happy and not have to force my smile, because I was really going through it. But yeah. The path to light. Someone said, hi, pretty. Hey. I make the conscious choice to move toward the light, one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. And I think this is important because as I'm on my own journey, go on, tell me where you're going on holiday later. But as I'm on my own journey and I recognize how many people maybe don't know that they have the ability to transform things into light, I want to be able to do that for myself and others around me as well. And even if they're in a space where they can't appreciate that, oh, someone just told me to go to Morocco too. Have fun. I'm gonna make sure I make it there. Obviously not today, but it's on my list of where I want to go. My mum went when I was younger for a work trip, and since then I was always like, I'm gonna go to Morocco. I'm gonna go to Morocco. So enjoy, for real. I was saying though, sorry, I got distracted, that taking it one step at a time is definitely like the key for me right now, because when I try and do everything at once, it is very overwhelming, and I am only one person who lives 24 hours the same as everyone else. Look at me yawning. I'm absolutely knackered. So I am going to give myself grace in that sense and know that my weaknesses can be transformed into strengths. I think I got really comfortable in feeling like things can't change, and so that made me procrastinate or made me not want to go as hard as I really wanted to. So illuminating each step and making sure I know, like, me taking this step right now is just as important as me doing any other thing on my journey, or maybe the bigger things. Like the other day I was standing in front of the window over there looking up at the sky or something, and I think I was listening to a reading, and I don't remember what the reader said, but she said something about crying and like purging the pain and the tears. And I said, these moments are just as important as like the bigger moments when I'm on stage, when I'm releasing products, when I'm doing this and taking leaps of faith for myself. Like the smaller moments of shifting things in my internal world, or giving myself permission to release the pain or the pleasure inside of me, is just as important. So those are the cards that we got from the Healing Energy Oracle. I'm just going to run through the names of them again. We have action, open to the universe, faith, creation, vitality, joy, and the path to light. Thank you. 53 water slides. Oh my God. You're going to have fun. I didn't even know there was that many water slides in Morocco. I didn't even know there was any water slides in Morocco, to be fair. So definitely enjoy yourself. I would... Actually, it's probably hot out there. I was going to say it's almost going into winter, so don't catch a cold, but the weather's probably different. So, yeah. These next 5 cards that I'm going to run through are from the Mystical Wisdom card deck. And so I'm going to pull these, and then I'm going to pull one Sacred Self-Care Oracle card, just to give me something today for my self-care, and for you as well. And then, yeah, I'm going to be off of here because I didn't plan to be on here today. So the first card was actually Epiphany, and then it was, yeah. So the first card was Epiphany, and it says seek clarity. And so I think in looking at the value that I bring, it's like I've lifted myself out of the position that I'd put myself in. Because I think I disempowered myself based on things in my reality. But when I actually pull myself back from what's going on, and I remember who I am and how I show up to my life, that creates a new, like, perspective for me to see myself in. And so when I do fit myself into like what I'm going through right now, it's not in that same, oh my gosh, how am I going to manage? It's in a, I know she's got this sort of thing. Well, I know I've got this. So that's Epiphany. The next card says Archangel Gabriel, and it says messenger of creativity and hope. And so I'm literally using everything I create right now to give me hope and install that within me. The next one says confrontation, and it says pick your battles wisely. And this one was actually really important for me right now, because it's like there's relationships that I could fight for, but is it worth it? And some of them are, some of them are not. And I'm giving myself permission to choose myself in that way of, I could, but I don't want to, or I don't need to, or this wouldn't be for me, this would be for you. And right now that's not my priority. So yeah. The next one says moving forward, and it says get ready for positive change. So I am open up to the fact that, yeah, I've been under a lot of pressure, I feel very stressed out and all of these things, but good things are happening and they can happen. And so I'm calling that in more than whatever it is that was stressing me. And again, just shifting my perspective so that I don't have to be stressed. It doesn't have to be that way. It's literally up to me, and that is the power of being an alchemist. And then the final card says Dolphin. Don't worry, be happy. And so that's kind of the vibes right now. I feel like I'm not forcing myself to be happy and to perform and be over the top, but I am allowing myself to experience happiness in little moments and in simple things, which is more impactful actually than the performance stuff, because the performance stuff ends up being just draining. So we're gonna pull a sacred self-care. Why do I keep on saying sacred self-care? A sacred self-care card. I actually really like this deck because I didn't even know there were so many ways to practice self-care. I think I had like 7 things on my well-being list. So having this deck give me new ideas of what to do is like always fun. And as you can see, the cards wanna fall everywhere, but I literally just want one today because I want to pull one each day. Sometimes I pull like 3 and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make time to do them, and then I never really do. Ooh, okay. The Sacred Self-Care Oracle says to build strength. And that's actually good because I was in the gym this morning, so seems I'm right on key. I'm trying to think, what other ways can I build strength in myself today? I think fasting, so I'm not gonna eat till like much later, and I'm gonna have a raw salad. Will help me to build strength as well, because I was in a space where I was just giving in to all my desires before. If I say I want a biscuit, I'm gonna go buy a cookie and things like that. So being able to say I'm craving this thing right now, but I'm gonna wait actually until my body feels better, so that I can enjoy it really. You said, I think I'm going to an area called Marrakesh. Marrakesh is quite popular in Morocco. And you said, Madam, have a good day. Thank you very much. I wish the same for you. I'm actually getting off live now. So if you enjoyed this, thank you for joining me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do energy readings, but I also... The Cultured Corner is about exploring different cultures and understanding their traditions and why they do certain things and making it what it needs to be for us in our own world. So yeah, that's what this space is for. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you soon. The second card that came out says rest. So literally every day this week I'm gonna go live, probably in the mornings though. So I would say around 9 a.m. in the morning, and maybe during the day, I'm not sure. But just look out for me. Maybe I'll try and announce when I'm going live, but I haven't introduced a routine yet, just because I'm getting comfortable in here. So yeah, the 2 sacred self-care again. The 2 cards from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle were to build strength and to rest. So I'm literally going to focus on going to the gym and being disciplined, and then also relaxing. I might even take a nap soon. But yeah, I will see you guys soon, and that's all from me.